expected is going to be locked in. If it was the Varus, going to be free food into a Zac. But Ambition goes back to his comfort. Okay, so already a lot of evolutions here. The next level is that the Ezreal will be self-sufficient, and KT will probably go for dives. So Alistar will be a smart ban against them, because backline threat is something they're going to want. Whereas the side of KSV, going to be going a lot more standard here. I think it's going to be much more about the 2-item power spike for KSV.
Yeah, and it's having pushing power on the top side of the map as well. The stock value has gone up massively high because KSV do have that 2v2 on the bottom side that can be dangerous. So getting extra pressure elsewhere, meaning that Ambition can't help them, is a good option. But yeah, the pinching happens once again for KT on the bottom side as Mata getting a lot of respect.
Yeah, the Alistar ban's really smart here because, like I mentioned, it's Ezreal, and then usually you have a dive support. Maybe Leona will end up being the choice. Beside a KSV, interested to see if they blind pick top or mid. At this next pick, Talia is taken off the board. 2 very safe blind picks and also comfort for QV and Crown banned away. So we'll see where the blind pick goes. With Smeb in great form, it's scary to blind pick top, but Orin is available and will be super standard.
Yeah, that's an option. We've got a 0 available though, and Crown should be able to lock that one away, bringing us the Chicken Man versus Ryze in the mid lane.
And of course,
we've seen all the time.
We'd already seen the lock into the mid, so it was an answering pick.
Yeah.
They can wait on top lane. See what KT wants to do. Definitely seen much less GP priority this week. The Leona into Rakan specifically would be sticking with what other teams have been doing.
The Renekton made me a little bit excited. But of course, haven't seen that one at all for a very long time. And that's going to be the Leona, the one that you were talking about earlier on.
So blind top laners, it feels like Nara and Camille are first round when it comes to the safest blind picks. They're both taken out, so see what KT wants to do here. Backline threat is what you expect. They could also look for split push in their final pick.
Jace could be an option.
Oh baby.
My God, there we are.
It's backline threat.
Your prayers have been answered,
I was
my friend.
expecting it to be Rumble on patch 8.5 or 6 when the new changes come through. But we're getting Smeb's Rumble for the first time this season. Been playing it a lot in solo queue. That means the Kled I mentioned, Atlas, is good into Rumble.
Oh man, and QV used to be a player of the Kled many, many times. They're hovering it for now. QV, he's nodding. Could be.
He wants to attack the lane one way or the other.
Fiora is going to be the answer, and this is going to be a top lane worth watching. We've had our Ornns and Scions. That was last week. Now we've got the good matchups, damn it.
And I love how QV will play tanks only until he visits Smeblan, and then instantly he tries to counterpick for lane. QV's not going to be an Ontara. He only wants to play skill matchups into his enemy. The Fiora is a winning matchup against the Rumble, and this also puts the game on a timer because eventually Rumble cannot enter lane against the Fiora. Will just be free food. For the Fiora, there's very strong engage. They need deep vision and to make teleport plays. Otherwise, it feels like KSV can take the game down. This is a hype draft for Game 1.
Yeah, it's super exciting because there are so many opportunities for this game to go one way or the other. What's score going to be getting done in the jungle of Ambition? The Zac going to have trouble, but with shoving lanes available and lane priority for KSV, will they have to not even worry about it with Score just putting out fires?
Now, Rumble can run at the Fiora and have situational lane control early game, so at least that's a lane that Olaf can look to visit or play through when it comes to the invade, but the nerfs to the Flame Spitter early make it less overwhelming. Score definitely wants to be on Ambition hunting when it comes to the Zac, who has a passive early game. Ryze can rotate first as well. They do not want this game to go to 3 items on Fiora, because unless the Baron comes through, she will split them down and cut them through. So very risky here for KT Rolster to allow the game to go long, but that means the early game should be fiery. Cannot allow this to drag.
Yep. And that first axe will be able to land in the mid lane as well as the bottom lane with the bevy of CC the Leona has in the hands of Mata. Bottom lane of KSV is looking very dangerous, though. We know what Zyra and Rakan are capable of. There are just so many facets of this game that we need to focus on. 2-item spike for Deft versus 3 from Ruler is important, but he is the late game master carry as well.
And Ezreal Leona really want to get the level 2 advantage, otherwise it could be painful against Zyra Rakan. Hype, Atlas.
Yep, can Deft keep that passive up, keep it rolling for KT Rolster? We'll see whether they can.
Magic Pen early. Void Staff was taking 10 AP off to stop it being every game the second item you would build.
There goes Ambition one more time, but Mata, he's been caught out of position. Could be another kill for Ruler, but teleports are coming down. Mata wants the Solar Flare, looking for Ruler, but no, they're going to take Ambition. Doesn't get the stun, though, and Pawn really wants to find more, but there's just nothing doing. A Realm Warp comes down. We've got 4 members piling on top, and CoreJJ just melts. Equalizer in incredible position. Emperor's Divide barely even matters as it's a double kill for the Rumble, and KT finally found their fight. QV's in trouble. Deft wants another one, finds the last auto, and Ruler watches as his team dies.
That was the moment. It was set up for the equalizer. The Realm Warp comes in. KSV group to defend the Realm Warp, and remember, crap, it's the equalizer in 2018. It turns on them, burns them all down where they stand, and now there's no smite. Just up the first Baron, the all-important first Baron that they drafted for, going to KT.
Yeah, Deft is going to take a red buff, take some minions in the mid lane, and also help with the Baron. The game explodes in an instant, and right around the right spikes in power. Let's see it again.
I love the Realm Warp here because when you're a Rumble player, you're always looking for people to stand in a line, and KSV have to defend the Realm Warp, but then remember, this is Equalizer City. Mata comes in from the side to get the second kill onto Crown. Nothing you can do with the Emperor's Divide. QV picks up one, but Deft's ready to chase. He's ready to go, and now KT have the Baron. They comped for.
Just incredible play from KT Rolster at exactly the right time.
There's an extra goal goes to KT to find the first meaningful goal of the game. It is meaningful. This game was within 300 gold before the Realm Warp play, and now has ballooned to just over 6,700.
The thing that we have to talk about is how scary it is to be a KT fan, though, still. Because if that play hadn't have happened, the game was going to slowly get further and further out of their control. It was a beautiful team fight. It was so well orchestrated. The KSV aren't looking like the slouches that they have in previous games. In goes Ambition, looking to start up a fight, but he's just going to immediately melt. CoreJJ at least avoids the Solar Flare, but another aggressive Realm Warp's going to take 3 on top of CoreJJ and Crown. They're focusing on top of the Azir as you've got Score just happy to run between turrets, gets a heal. QV should fall down. It's a double for Deft, 7-1 for KT, and they're going to tear this base apart. Ruler's in trouble. Deft has had so many Wheaties for breakfast this morning, Pub Smithy, because he is destroying people on this Ezreal, and he's so aggressive.
You asked about the what-ifs. You don't draft this comp unless you have big balls. KT's balls right now, brass as hell. They're looking for the end.
Yeah, they are. They've got another banned up Baron minion for another 15 seconds. I don't damage down desperately, but Pont turns it back. He doesn't have a lot of armor, taking a lot, but Score's over here. We've got Deft. Oh, he's going to get Emperor's Divided back, and Smeb, he's going to pick up the kill, but Deft too far forward this time. Zhonya's comes in, and they have to sacrifice Smeb. A little bit too eager with KT Rolster.
And you see what happens when one person's caught out of position. KSV know it. It was a flash forward from Ruler. Tried to kill Pawn. Wasn't able to do that, but someone had to die for their sins. Or getting a catch. And speaking of catches...
Well, there's 3 members of KT, but Deft, that Arcane Shift was damn well timed. KT have 5 members prepared. They get a pick. They should be able to get to the Baron.
Crown was too far up. That was a big mistake from him.
No teleport on QV either. It's only a 3v5 opportunity. A steal available potentially from Ambition.
Let's watch Mata. He's going to be the one who's tasked to interrupt Ambition.
Yeah, well, he better interrupt him as well. You could imagine that Score's going to have a heart attack if there's anyone with a smite button around his Baron buff. It doesn't matter. It's going to be secured. After all's said and done, it is Score that's able to lock it down with the smite. Now, they want to break open this base in another spot. They've got 2 open inhibitors. KT Rolster, Lord Dominic's Regard is done for Deft. He's running out of item slots, though, as Mercurial Scimitar, the only item remaining. And as soon as that one's picked up, that's when KSV slowly start to catch up.
Zach needs to really engage early, otherwise the banner will do the work. CoreJJ, speaking of engage, is on the fight. They do not know where he is.
The double flank is going to come in as Deft moves himself out of the way. Solar Flare on top of Ruler as CoreJJ maybe in a little bit too late as Ruler has to be on the equalize. He's just taking so much damage as Smeb's going to be able to lock down the kill. Score grabs another one off the back end. KSV, their base is going to be in tatters. Only 1 remaining Nexus turret, remember. And look at that melee minion beat the heck out of these creeps. That one actually is Bruce Banner, I think. That's the Hulk going nuts on Ruler up towards the top side.
Waiting for this minion wave in mid. KT looking to close. They should be able to.
Yeah, Deft is going to be able to finish off the last remaining real turret. The Nexus is now exposed. Only a Sun turret there pretending to be a turret. They actually want another team fight as Ruler setting himself up, and Ambition has to get out of the way. But that's the Nexus falling down. 11-3. And KT, after what was a beautiful first Baron fight, close out the game.
They bring back the Rumble comp that was so strong, but also a bit thirsty for them in 2017, but it suits patch 8.4, and the first Baron won in the game. The Realm Walk from Pawn that got them in the back line for the picture-perfect equalizer was exactly when they needed it. 23 minutes into the game, they get 2, they get the Baron, and from there, Katie Rolston could close thanks to the power of the Banner of Command minion. KSV will think so close. It certainly was. Every check-in, 19 minutes, 22 minutes, KSV will win it.